Greetings from London, England, and welcome to 30 Minutes Promoting Unity in Diversity with Wanayran Alvarez and Moving Cultures. Today, our guest, number 106, is Henry Wanjala from Kenya. How are you, Henry?
Hello, Wani. Jambo, habari gani? And yes, I actually know you're in London. I've been following you. I can see you got to London, I think today or yesterday.
Just a few hours ago.
Amazing. Yes, we shared a prayer because you said your connections, you want to make sure you get through well, but I'm happy to see you. It's been a while. Good to see you healthy, looking as young as always. Amazing. I love that.
I have to say the same about you, Henry. You're always looking stunning. And of course, a person like you who is in the fashion industry, in the entertainment business, and also entrepreneurship areas, that's the way to go. So tell us, who is Henry Wanjala?
Wow, that question always makes me, roll my head. I'm like, who do I even know myself? Or I'm discovering myself. Well, in a nutshell, I can say I'm just one of those, amazing sons. I can say I'm a son, and I am a reflection of who my parents were, particularly my mother, who was mostly into music and fashion. And that's what has molded me to be who I am today. Through these avenues, I've been able to meet so many people and interact with so many people. And that only makes me to become a student, because when you meet so many people, you get to learn a lot. It's not about, I do not know so much about around the world, but what I do is I learn. So Henry is a student again, and someone who wants to do things to impact people's lives, not only through just entertainment, but getting to know them, getting to know who they are. How can I add value to their lives? And of course, I've been doing that through music and fashion and dance and culture. It's a wide range. And without those two, I would not even have met you. And you see, meeting you as well made me a student again, because you have been blessed, to see the world more than me, to see life more than me, more, and learning from you also is making me become a better person. So I can say mostly I'm always an empty cup, wanting to learn new things. And if something comes out of it, why not? I will still embrace it. So that concludes who Henry is.
Yeah, fantastic. We are also in the Global Week celebrating the sustainable objective goals from the United Nations, working very hard toward the Agenda 2030. And today with you, we're going to be practically engaging in the goal number 12, that is talking about sustainable consumption and production. So in order to continue our conversation and also to have some images, I have something here that I like to share with our public, and we're going to come this way. And just let me see, Henry, let's remove this one first. And let me see if we can get this out. But on the meantime, you can be telling us a little bit about what's happening in the industry at the moment, Henry.
Which industry? Music or fashion?
I think all of them are very much connected.
Okay, I can see you're sharing. Maybe
let me wait until I get this sorted out, because I get some information in the middle that we don't need. And let me get back here. Yeah, let's talk about what is happening on the let me see, on the entertainment business, because that's the one that has been hit the most.
Yes, let me just share from my experience, because I know people have different experiences. And for me, I believe the pandemic, I like to take things positively, although I know how the pandemic has affected so many people. The pandemic gave me an opportunity in both in music and fashion. First of all, let me talk about music, just to reflect on everything that I have done to sit and work and better myself. It gave me time, a downtime to get back. You know, before the pandemic, we were moving fast. We were all over the place. But now, because of the pandemic, you know, working from home, sitting at home, and just trying to reflect on who I am as a music person. So I had to sit down and just reflect the kind of music. What have I done? What can I do better when this is out? And that, I believe, it's more about empowerment. You know, I decided to empower myself so that I'm able to pass the pandemic. I can do anything I want in regards to music, empower other people. I've been talking to so many musicians, so many young artists, so many dreamers. I literally have had sessions with them just to have a conversation because they also got stuck, you know, because of the pandemic. I told them, yes, music is in your DNA. It's in your blood. No one can steal it from you. But I advise, empower yourself, do something, maybe get entrepreneurial skills that will help you support your passion, will help you support your talent, because no one can steal it from you, you know. From fashion, first of all, I was very happy to work with the Kenya Fashion Council, to work with the UN Fashion Alliance, to work with different stakeholders to help with the masks. You know, that was the first thing, doing reusable masks. So I can say I'm happy to be one of the pioneer designers to do the masks in Kenya. And I was able to really help out. Even donations that we were doing through the Kenya Fashion Council to my community. I walked around my community, to the mama mboga, the people who sell the vegetables, to the boda boda guys, the ones who do the, you know, the motorbikes, and to the bus drivers and everyone. I just did what I can, you know, with my capacity. I didn't want to say, oh, I don't have this, I can't reach so many people, but I did what I could at the best time. I can say through the pandemic, that is what I have been doing. And of course, advising people on what to do, come up with new designs, you know, metamorphosize into something else, a better designer, learn from different places, but always remember who you are. Do not dilute it, don't lose your essence as a designer. You know, the pandemic will give you time to reflect.
Henry,
yes, Wani, I can see a beautiful picture.
Yes, we're going to go through different images and you can tell us little stories about them. As a designer, you also have been doing costumes for theater. Talk to us about that.
Oh, wow. This project I did in 2016. And I just got a phone call. I got a phone call from a musician. So music connected me to a musical by the Aperture Productions. And they were doing the musical Jungle Book. And they had covered more costumes, but they wanted me to do the design for Baloo, for Baloo and Mowgli. So I did the Mowgli costumes and the Baloo, and also the orangutans, the monkeys, the orangutans. I don't people confuse the two. So I was able. The good thing about this, and I can say I really appreciate this production because I stretched my limit. I did costumes, yes, but not to this magnitude. You know, using Haitian, using paddings, you know, creating these images. So it really made me stretch a little bit to other limits, and I was really appreciative of this production, and it made me know new people who are passionate about music and fashion at the same time, and work with new people.
Okay, this is one of our dearest projects. Okay, let's see. Let's talk about sustainable consumption and production, and I think this is a classical example.
Wow, this is a beautiful picture. Wow, again, in 2016, when I launched my line in Seattle during the Eco Fashion Week. And this is a very dear project that I did because it was named after my mother, called Paris. You can see most of the materials used were the crochet that my mother made, my dear, lovely late mother made. And I remember her making these crochet pieces. And I wanted to honor her by creating something that people will remember her by. You know, the reason why I'm passionate about fashion is because she was a fashion designer. I was the little boy, her last born son, who always sat by her side, watching her making these amazing pieces. So I learned it, I saw it, and I loved it. And this was just an honor of it. About it, it was just mostly about recycling. That was mostly the theme. Why should you throw something where you can reuse it, you can upscale it, you can do something amazing with it and wear it, other than throwing it away? You know, for those who don't know, fashion is the second pollutant in the world after oil. Fashion is the second industry that uses more water after agriculture. So there's an impact. Fashion impacts the world. So it's not, we can never ignore fashion. It is something that is impactful to our environment, to us as human beings. And we need to open our eyes, ears, and listen, and also open our mouth, use our mouths as voice to speak out on what's happening. And that's where this that project is. This picture, I remember, it reminds me the day I came to Wani at her house, and I said, when it was the first time, and we were having a coffee or tea, and we were just talking, and I'm gonna share this. That is when I got an epiphany about doing this collection called Paris. You know, we need to do something, and I was thinking, well, what can we do? And she said, Henry, you're an amazing fashion designer, but you cannot sit behind the closet. So there's also coming out as a fashion designer. And Wani pulled me out of that closet and said, Henry, you need to step up. Let the people know, let the people see. There's no point of you having all this, because you'll forget if you don't share it with the world. So again, thank you so much, Wani, for pulling me out and doing this project with you. We did at the Michael Joseph Center. And the good thing is we worked with the Kariobangi women, the KPT. What is Kariobangi?
KWTP, Kariobangi Women Training Project.
Yes.
Okay.
And that was really good, making sure, look, building people's, you see, I can say, even if it's just a percentage or even less than 1%, if I impacted these women's lives by giving them self-confidence, by wearing these pieces and encouraging them to walk down the runway, I'm happy that I did it. This was one of those projects where I was showcasing, but at the same time, I was learning so much about humanity. You know, working with these women, listening to them, seeing what they go through, going to their classes. It was something that was really, really amazing. And I think people need to know you can have talents, but if you don't share it with people, or if you don't work with other people, you will not know your full potential, or you will not know what else you can do or achieve. So I believe this was one of just the best projects that we did.
Yes, so here we have the models from the Kariobangi Women's Center, and this was a collaboration with the cultural stopovers. Talk to us a little bit about the training process of the girls, because as everybody was aware, they were students of catering, fashion, and also hairdressing. And I think this was the first time they could see themselves portrayed as a professional models.
Yes. First of all, it's an amazing institution because it's teaching these girls to dream again, teaching them life skills. And more so out there in society, there's so much negativity, but just giving life and preaching positivity is one of the pillars of that institution. Being and working with them and training them towards this project was amazing, because some of them are shy. Some of them they have low self-esteem because the society pushed them away. They were shunned. But here we are pushing them to walk and be confident, stand upright, walk, show who you are. You're a human being. Let's celebrate you. So it was more of, you know, as however much I was talking to them, I was also reflecting to myself. So there was a lot of reflection, and the process was amazing. They always looked forward to the fashion. They always were looking forward to dressing up. And that for me was a joy. And yeah, that was the process. I was really happy to always go there to see it and work with them.
Let's talk about this collection.
Oh, this was in 2017. I remember when the United Nations Environmental Program reached out, because I had worked with them at one point. And I said, listen, if music cannot work this year, there's a project I've been doing that is for sustainable development through fashion. and I have a collection I would love to showcase. And they said, sure, we're not going to pay you anything, but we have a space. You can do this in our program. I said, yes, sure. You don't need to pay me even 1 shilling, but I just want to spread awareness. So I was given this opportunity, and I went to the UN in Gigiri here in Nairobi, the UN headquarters, and I was able to showcase the fashion that I did in Seattle and what the Kariobangi women wore. But this specific one, I believe in empowerment. I believe in helping. You cannot make it alone in this world. So I encouraged a colleague of mine who was called Larry. I told him, hey, there's this happening. Come show the world who you are. Because, you know, what they usually say, unity is strength and power. You cannot do things alone. And I was happy that I was able to also share a platform with a dear friend, a colleague, because at the end of the day, I believe you cannot, that's why we are not individuals everyone doesn't have their own planets. No, we are all living in one. So we need to make it work together. So that was the project that I did during World Environmental Day at the UN headquarters.
Let's talk about the Kenyan Boys Choir.
Wow, look at this picture. Oh my God, this was an amazing picture. In between crazy schedules, we got time to sneak and just sit down and take a picture. And this was like a reflections picture. If you were to name it, you would call it reflection. Just the journey from the beginning to the inception to where we are as a choir. This was back then in 2015. It's in a beautiful picture. We were on tour. We were in Ontario, Canada. It was, the Kenyan Boys Choir is just, I can say it's a jewel. It's one of those, I call it my baby. You know, I know I share, I'm a co-founder of the Kenyan Boys Choir, and it was a dream. It was a beautiful dream, and seeing it, you know, breathing and living and traveling the world just brings joy to my life. And empowering young men to know life skills through music, that's something that I cannot really say that it's just one of the most beautiful things that I do. The Kenyan Boys Choir purely is just a dream come true. I can't really say much. Of course, people will go and research, go and see the lovely walk through music. Yeah, maintaining Kenyan culture. The Kenyan culture was being lost through the mainstream media, through this mainstream music. We were losing it, and we said we're gonna keep our identity through music. Let people see it. How do we create awareness of it through music? And that's the Kenyan Boys Choir.
And we're gonna come back with more. We're going to come back with more images of Kenyan Boys Choir, but this specific photo I decided to put it on. I remember. Because we're talking about development, and we're talking about unity and diversity and different backgrounds. And this was a project in a children's Changilia project that you joined us for a cultural visit. Yes. Let me move to another image. Okay, this is also another important image as this one as well. Because we're talking about another important project that is very much related to sustainable consumption and production. That is also one of your biggest passions. So tell me, what is your feeling about Ocean Soul?
Oh, first of all, it is one of the top Kenyan brands that is not only just showing itself, but creating an impact. It is telling a simple story. You know, every time I see Ocean Soul, it's telling a simple story through things that we don't take seriously, like flip-flops. You wear your flip-flops everywhere, to the bathroom, to wear, stepping here, throwing them. No, look at what it does. It's telling you, you can create something beautiful from nothing. And clearly, Ocean Soul is doing an amazing, let me say, movement, because our ocean, Indian Ocean, when you go to Mombasa, to Diani, to just Kilifi, you will see all these people have thrown away their flip-flops and all these things, and it's literally clogging the ocean. It washes back. You see it coming maybe with a crab, is stuck, and all these things. But Ocean Soul is really, I can say, if it was a person, it was one of my mentors. It is an inspiration, and it is really sharing the story to the world, because it's not only through moving cultures, it's not only, but I've seen Ocean Soul everywhere, and I'm like, wow, now this is what I'm talking about, sustainability and environmental environmental sustainability, you know, and just showing that we can do something better. Here we are. Yeah, Kariobangi Even Promotional Training Institute. Look at us. Very young in our 20s, Wani.
Okay, this is another project, you know, with moving cultures, doing music and also celebrating diversity in one of our cultural gatherings. Yeah. It's,
this I remember.
Okay,
this was a joy. You just called me and I said, I'm coming, Wani.
And here we are doing the partnership with the cultural stopovers, and behind we had a photo exhibition of Kibera. You know, that was taken by one of our volunteers. And here, Henry, talk to us about this article.
So Mazingira Yetu magazine from Tanzania, they reached out to me, they wrote to me, and they had heard about my story, they had seen all my posts, and they really wanted to share and spread just awareness of what fashion can do, what impact fashion has to the environment. And I shared my story. I was delighted to do it because we are in East Africa. I know maybe the same challenges we are going in Kenya. Maybe Tanzania is the same. Or maybe this magazine will touch somebody somewhere who was inspired to do something for the environment or through fashion. So this magazine was a beautiful story that was written. Also, you can see those are my nieces who are dressed up in my collection. And to them, they wanted to showcase, you know, they wanted to show that, hey, working for the environment is fashionable. Working for the environment is cool. You do not have to say it's a boring thing. No, it's actually very, very cool and very fashionable. Even what I'm dressing up there, it's purely pieces that were left in the atelier. So we decided to create a top, the jeans and that pull neck. So I remember making those pieces, and just shows that fashion is something that is beautiful. And trust me, it's impacting your life whether you like it or not. Exactly. You just have to embrace it and do the right thing. Yes.
So we go to Global Citizen.
Oh my God, Global Citizen. It's happening right now in New York, in London, just across the world. Global Citizen Live is happening today, 25th of September. And this was in 2016 when, this was a push and pull. I fought, you know, to be on this stage because it was not for me. It was for these boys. It was for Kenya. It was for the music industry. It was for the choral industry at large. Of course, that is Bernard Agwanda with, oh my God, this musician, what is his name? My God, my head is just spinning. But yes, one of the top musicians. I'll just sing his song. Wake me up, then it's all over. When I'm wiser, when I'm older. So you'll need to know that song. It was a project we were doing with Selena Gomez. And I met the manager of Selena Gomez in 2015, and she reached out and said, Henry, can we do something together? And yes, we did something. I went in studio, worked on a cover by Selena Gomez. It's called Kill Them with Kindness. And I did the project. The best part is when we were pushing the project in Canada, they said no. But New York and Global Citizen embraced the project, and they took it and they ran with it. And we were also there representing Selena Gomez because she was diagnosed with lupus. Mm-hmm. So we said, we're going to sing for you. We are going to be your champions. And I know the song was meaningful to her, and we said, we're going to do it for her. And it was an amazing experience. It's one of the best achievements we've ever done. And working with Global Citizen was just showing that you can do anything you want. But because here we worked with amazing artists, we met Rihanna, we met, oh my God, we worked with Ellie Goulding and all that, Asha Raymond. I worked with Asha Raymond. Actually, Asha Raymond was planned to work with him. The team just called us back. They heard us sing and they ran up to the stage and they said, can we sing with you guys? And we said, yeah, sure. What do you mean, Asha? And boom, sitting with Asha, arranging piece of music, just myself and him and I, was just one of the highlights of my music journey. And sharing it with the choir was another amazing. Seeing the smiles of these young gentlemen, that was it. Is there another picture? I'm waiting for it.
So
Yes,
we
this
are here.
was Galeria.
Galleria,
Galeria
the
of Power.
cultural stores, yes.
Yes, yeah, working with Galeria was amazing as well. And this was the first time I met you, Wani.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But we met yet. But the conversation, there were emails and there were communications. I had not met you. I think I was away. Then when I flew back, then that's when you were there and we met. And boom, that was it. It was a match made in heaven. The Kenyan Boys Choir, Henry Wanjala, Wanayran Alvarez, moving cultures. We knew it was destined to be because I never planned it. You see, when something happens, that was destiny. And here we are. So this was during Easter, I believe, and we were singing. That's the choir singing and performing. By the way, Wani, most of the senior members moved to the US. We pushed them to
Yeah.
go achieve that dream. And then now we have about 13 boys living in the US right now and achieving their dreams, and that's our joy. Yes, that's a picture with Salman. Yes, yes, yes. Amazing. If you go on Google my name, this is the first picture that pops. So Wani, that we destined.
Okay.
Yes,
Here we are also
yes.
Fafa Market.
Yes, Fafa, yes.
Fafa.
Fashion. It was
Exactly.
mostly music, fashion, culture. Amazing. This
Exactly.
was a day. Juniper's Kitchen. Aha. Wahiga Maura. Not Wahiga, what is her name? I think it was that. She, amazing lady. This was Citizen TV. We had a breakfast show and they wanted to tell our story. They wanted to tell our story. And my story from this picture is we were sharing it to all those artists who think they cannot achieve. That day, we were telling them you can achieve. All those artists who feel suppressed, we were being suppressed, and people were using our name against our will. We were there to tell our story, and Citizen gave us a voice. They gave us a platform to share our story, and this was one of our amazing interviews we did. Aha. This was in 2013. The picture itself, it was in Minneapolis. But we used the picture for the cover of Furahia, means be happy. It's a Christmas EP that we did. So this one brings back memories, an EP that we did in 2017.
Okay. So now we come back to fashion.
Yeah. The design we were talking about. Yeah, this was upcycling and recycling. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this one I have to mention. This one I was in Madrid last year and I said, listen, I know everyone knows Henry Wanjala. It's not about me flying to a different country in Europe. It's about my country. It's about all the fashion designers. So I decided to speak with one of my good friends, Anne Macris. I said, listen, I want to wear Kiko Romeo. So that's a Kiko Romeo top. Just a friend gave me the hat. And I felt good just talking about it because Henry, I am the person, I'm the flesh and blood. It won't wearing someone else's design that doesn't delete or dissolve your design. So some people feel like if they work with other people, I'm going to disappear. No, just do it, embrace it. We are all in this world together.
You get stronger.
Exactly. This small project I did with a photographer who is a poet. This also shows my love for sweaters. I have so many sweaters. Actually, this also gave me an epiphany that I need to do an entire photo shoot for all the sweaters that I have. I love them. I love it. This is just a reflection of who I am, who I've become. Oh my goodness, no one. This picture, I took this picture in 2013. Can you imagine? Before I went to the US, and of course, it was a plain Henry Wanjala shirt, and I was wearing a suit that another friend of mine made it for me, called Chris Tiger. And I said, "Yo, I want to wear this. I want to do this. I want to get this." So it was another I'm dressing something that is collaborative.
Another collaboration.
Right. Yes.
This is also.
Yeah, this is 1st of January 2021, I think. Oh my God. And I know I'm wearing, this is unisex top for both men and women. It's a Henry Wanjala collection that I did. It's a collection I did for I went for a trunk show in US, in Minneapolis. I did an entire trunk shows, and this was the only top remaining. Every single top, every people bought, and they were like, they ordered and everything. So this shows just a simple thing, very comfortable, but hey, that's it. That
Cool.
smell shows you I was happy in 2021. Yes, that is in Spain again, in Madrid last year, wearing full Kiko Romeo. My God, the blazer, the tie and dye. It has I think it's Egyptian cotton, and the tie and dye is made, I think it's Cameroonian from West Africa. They've merged so much, and then the buttons are made from, I think, bones, recycled bones. The buttons and the branding. It's an amazing, beautiful piece. Trust me, people are spinning their heads. I was
Kiko
about
Romeo.
to yeah, Kiko Romeo again with my torn jeans.
This one is a Kiko Romeo as well?
Yes, the top, yeah. That one is Henry Wanjala. That's me.
That's yours, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But the t-shirt inside is organic hemp. By it's called Super Ego, a friend of mine in LA who's doing organic hemp. Also, that is mine. Just the merger of dashiki. That time my pendant had broke, so I was looking down. I was collecting the pieces. In Madrid, yeah. Oh, that is again the same 2013 picture with the collaboration of Henry. Yeah.
Okay. This one? Are those trousers yours?
Yeah, they're mine again. You see the previous picture, that was the top, and this one now, the shoes are mine. The shoes are my designs, and the trouser is my design. The shoes I collaborated with a guy called Joe. He just did a branding for his shoe line, but he's he brought my designs to life. Once upon a time, I had passion in designing shoes. I just need to get back to it. But yes, upcycling leather and redesigning shoes, and so the bottom designs are mine. That was a reflection. I remember this. I just want to talk about, this was purely about the youth. Because this was a day, there was a time, in Kenya, this was the whole thing, the whole stereotyping. This was actually after my birthday. I was just walking home from my birthday dinner at my sister's house. I was going home, and the police came and they picked me up. They said, "Please." So I spent the night in the cell for nothing I did wrong. I was just going home. And the following day, I was like, maybe I need to learn a lesson from it. And after that, I remember this day I took the picture, just reflecting on how it was I was just reflecting, trying to take everything positively, because that was not a good experience for nothing. And they're saying, you guys are the Al-Shabaabs who are walking. That was, I was called an Al-Shabaab and I was going home. So for the youth out there, just make sure, just be positive. Whatever it happens, some things happen, but I believe the society is changing. The country is changing. Too many things are changing, but hey, we can't just, we have to move on. Oh, this is a collection I did last year, of course, in honor of World Environment Day. The print, I am the only person having this print, I believe, in Kenya. I've never seen it. I got it. I said,
So we continue here with Henry's designs. And this is the face mask matching the suit. That is also one of his collaborations. Okay, with this photo, we practically finished the showcase of images, and we are going to come back with Henry in the screen. It was a great pleasure to have Henry Wanjala with us in these 30 minutes, and also discussing some facts of the Sustainable Development Goal number 12, that is talking about responsible, sustainable, and ecological connections. So now we have Henry back with us to do the closing remarks of this conversation. He's back. And we would like to say that it has been a great pleasure, Henry, to be with you today, talking about your career, your journey, your expectations, and also aspirations. What will be your message to the society in order to call and close this 30 minutes conversation?
First of all, so sorry for that technical hitch. For me, I just tell people to believe in themselves. And there's nothing impossible in this world. Look beyond the rock for you to get the gold behind it. If you know you are gold yourself, remove the rock that's stopping you to become who you are. There is no challenge that can stop you from the potential of who you are. If the dream is big enough, trust me, facts do not matter. You can go do anything you want. I believed in myself and I went for it. I proved so many people wrong along the journey. And with my friends, with the people close to me, we did that. Through the choir, we proved so many people wrong. Through fashion, people are like, nah, but I did it. I said, I'm gonna do it. And this is how I'm going to do it. Nothing was impossible. And nothing still is impossible. Mine is just to urge everyone to believe in themselves. You are here, you're destined to be who you are. Trust me. We did not apply to be born. No one did. I never applied. But there's a reason why life found me. That's the reason. Me talking to all of you, maybe some of you maybe planned to join this meeting. I didn't plan to talk to you. You know yourself. We've never met, but you know. But we were destined to have this conversation. You were destined to listen to me. If maybe I'm gonna add something of some small values, 0.01%, so be it. But just I want to say thank you so much for this opportunity, Wani. Again, I told you about destiny. I didn't know I would ever meet you. Giving me this platform, encouraging me. However, you're so far away, you know, but still always being there, connected but through, you know, the net. I just want to say thank you so much. Of course, we've always loved your family. So I want to wish all of them well. You know, you're a grandma, you know, you were in step, you kept us in step. We were like, oh my God, we are all, you know, we are all part of you, part of your family. It's something that is very, very beautiful. And I know you want to do this. I know you're in London, but still, if I do this, it still makes sense. Yes. That's all I can say. Thank you so much. Let's do this more often. I don't mind being called number in talk 121. This is 106. I want to be 121.
You are 106 today. Henry, thank you so much for promoting unity and diversity through your philosophy, through your way of being and your work. I embrace you and I hope to give you a big hug personally very soon.
Yeah.
All the best.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Harry.
Asante.